Higigi. I'm a licensed architect. I specialize in green, high-performance buildings. And what motivated me for this project was to essentially walk the talk and show that a old, drafty home can be zero emissions and a healthy home. So this home was built in 1921. The house got a series of additions, DIY additions from what I can tell, in the 90s it looks like, to expand it to include a full-size kitchen and bathroom and all of that. So even with all that, the house is only 587 square feet, but it is a full house. It's 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. So I set out to transform this house to an all-electric, zero-emissions house. That was my primary goal, with the secondary goal of also making it a healthy home. The house, just like most of the homes here in California, was using a lot of gas. It was a gas wall heater, it was a gas stove, very old one. It was a really old gas water heater that was like 19 years old and about to fall apart. Somehow it was still functioning. And there was no central heating or cooling. So I had to swap all of those out for electric. So by doing that, also the home has healthier indoor air quality, less toxins coming from the lack of gas appliances, and yeah, it's a healthier home overall. I also insulated the whole house, but I did not end up opening up all the walls as I had originally planned. I only opened up the kitchen walls, the bathroom walls, and that back bedroom. And those walls I insulated fully with a mineral wool formaldehyde-free insulation, so that's VOC-free insulation. And then what I did with the rest of the walls that I had not opened, I was sure they're not insulated. I did blown-in cellulose insulation into these walls. So all the living room, this front bedroom, that's blown-in cellulose. So I'm very happy that I did that, in addition to the air sealing. So I replaced the back door that was very leaky, and all of that combined really cut down my energy usage. I mean, dramatically. I was not expecting it to be so dramatic, but it really did. One of my biggest challenges was with permitting, because like I mentioned, I had planned to add some square footage to the home, just a little bit, to make it feel a little bit roomier and more functional. I realized I have to change strategy, because this thing's not gonna get done like this. So I did what a lot of other contractors have figured out how to do, which is start with a kitchen permit. So I ended up pulling just the kitchen permit just to renovate the kitchen. And then with that, I was able to replace the water heater as well, and then remodel the bathroom and slowly kind of remodel the whole house. So everything's permitted at the end of the day. Everything's legal, which is great. It was just a different strategy than going in with a big remodel at the beginning and saying, I want to do all these things, and the city thinking, what are you doing? So that was one of the big challenges. The other big challenge was the contractors. Oh gosh, I think I interviewed like 30 contractors. At the end of the day, I decided I just need to do this myself, because I'm the only one who can problem solve these things, apparently. Same thing with the water heater. So many contractors said, no, install a gas water heater. Why do you even want to do heat pump? And of course, they see a female in a house. I had contractors walk in and ask, where's your husband? So who owns the house? So who's the decision maker? Me. You're looking at it. It's all me. Then once I got started, it took me about 5-6 months to finish it. For sure, the all-electric component, the all-electric transition was the toughest piece. I had a lot of trouble finding an electrician who even understood that, for example, so that was very difficult to do. I'm very proud of that. I originally wanted a native garden because I like the kind of wild look of it, the natural look of it. I wasn't after a super manicured garden. But apparently nobody knew how to plant native plants. So all the landscapers I talked with, they had no idea. You know, native plants have specific watering needs at the beginning and maybe less later, and they had no idea how to draw the right irrigation for it. And they didn't even know which ones are actual native plants. That was really interesting. I had to tell them So at some point I decided, you know what, because I was living with I had removed all the grass. I went through a process of removing the grass, and it was looking real bad. For months it was just looking like crap. And I decided I'm just done with it looking like crap. I'd rather have something than nothing. But next time I would love to have a native landscaper and have a fully native garden. And on that landscaping note, on my wish list of things I tried to do but nobody knew how to do it was also a laundry to landscape irrigation. And I had the perfect opportunity for it because I redid all the plumbing lines and I put in a new laundry line that's on an exterior wall, so I could have easily drawn that out to the landscape. But the plumber had no idea how to do it. There's some specific valve requirements, like you gotta install a 3-way valve and all of that, and he just didn't know how to do it, and he didn't want to figure it out. So I bought the house for $517,000 with just a standard mortgage, and the renovations were just under $100,000. I did get about 12 or 15K of rebates. So I got a home electrification rebate, that was a couple of $1,000s. I got the heat pump rebate. The heat pump I'm really proud of because I installed it for a total cost of $900 after all the rebates. I got rebate for insulating the home, the IRA rebate, and of course for the solar panels. I actually ran all the numbers because I was very curious to see how much more is this going to cost me with the electrification, the insulation, sustainability features. Even without the rebate, that's what, a 10-15% cost addition for having a fully sustainable home. It's a lot lower than what most homeowners and contractors think it would be. You tell a contractor you want to do an all-electric sustainable home, they'll automatically mark everything up by 50% because that's what they think, right? But that wasn't the case. But speaking on that, I would say one of my biggest cost savings was the AC. So I went with the package heat pump unit, which is right behind me. And this unit heats and cools. It doesn't have a condenser outside. There is no refrigerant lines. So I didn't have to find space for that. And because of that, I didn't need a professional to install it. I installed it myself with a handyman. So this was my single biggest saving because that was over $15,000 of savings just by doing this. And one unit turned out to be plenty for this home so far. Think outside the box a little bit, right? Just because everybody installs a mini split doesn't mean that's the best way to go. But my other goal with the house was to make it beautiful, modern, sleek. I don't want any clunky equipment sticking out just because it's more sustainable. I wasn't going to make that trade-off. And as I was remodeling, doing the renovation, people would stop in curious, they were doing the morning walk and they would stop in, they were curious, oh, what are you up to here? What's going on? And I would share with them. And then they would get excited that, oh, okay, we'll keep an eye out for this. Overall, everybody, at least the people I interacted with, were rooting for this to be a success. They knew what I was getting myself into and they couldn't imagine somebody crazy enough to do it. And this was a house that was in a need for a lot of TLC, right? So to take that on to them was a source of pride for the community too, because it was starting to not look so good. So, and everybody here has been living in this area for years, right? 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. So there's a lot of neighborhood pride here.